couple days. I actually, my work situation is a little less chaotic, so I'm actually able to enjoy my life a little and not be so tired. I think I slept for like 2 days straight. It was crazy. I know I probably look like a train wreck, but it was. I'll be now. It was crazy, but now I've been having lighter assignments, less headaches. It's been life has been a little better for me. So, but I did subscribe to this group. I was um I was doing my little scrolling like I usually do. I usually do my scrolling like I usually do, and it wasn't bad. I actually found a group I liked over here as much as the Dodo group, and it was so sad. I was crying before I came on here. It was the saddest thing ever, and it makes me want to just do animal rescue. I feel I'm just more of an animal person than anything. I mean, it's hard for me to cook. Oh, hello. Oh, oh, I'm good, Rube. How are you? I was watching sad videos over here on YouTube, and a mama dog was tied up to a tree. And anyways, this mama dog was she was pregnant and she gave birth. I guess this people wasn't allowed on their property or something, and I don't know why they didn't report this dog, but it was tied to a tree and ended up giving birth, tied up to the tree, and I think it's 9 months for dogs. So for 9 months, this dog was tied up to the tree, and by the time these rescue workers over here in YouTube got to this dog, the puppies were somehow she had enough energy, and the puppies got out, but they were sucking on this milk that had blood in it, and it was horrible. The rescue workers got to her, and the mom was on IV for a while. She didn't make it, Rube. I was crying, but the last days of her life after that was great. Joy told me the only thing holding her back from her completely coming back to me fully is her trusting me. She wants me to figure out a way to get her to trust me. Well, what happened to break the trust, I guess? That would be the main thing. I mean, a lot of people go through this. My ex husband used to tell the kids all the time, if you do get on my dark side, it takes a while to get back into the trust area. And I want to say my ex husband he had a lot of good qualities along with his couple bad ones, but he wasn't wrong. So I guess if you probably got to change a little, but it depending on the circumstance. Maybe just try to have a fresh start. I like to do that a lot. But when I went on a fresh start, I went to Disney World. So if you can't go to Disney World, maybe just start out somewhere fun that you enjoy used to go to. And I would do that. I mean, me and my ex-husband had problems. She feels like she's the only one I'm talking to, but I can get everything. So she thinks you're seeing other people. pretty much. She's insecure. I mean, life is, if that's how she really feels, it might not ever happen. Really. I mean, I reconciled with my ex husband twice, and we had to let that shit go and see where it was going. We were together 12 years. If it wasn't for the alcohol, we'd still be together. But I mean, you're not an alcoholic, obviously, and you're a good person. And I mean, if she can't really go past that, maybe she needs to be on by herself. You don't want someone around that's not going to appreciate you. I found this out through my first marriage, so it was rough. And whenever we reconciled, Rube, it wasn't always the best because he never really forgot the past. He would forgive me, but he wouldn't forget that this happened or that happened. So I felt like I was constantly having to deal with a terrorist. There was a list of demands every day, and you might have to deal with this kind of life. I don't know if you want to be married to a tyrant. It's just the one thing. I would maybe go see a counselor with her. I mean, I don't know how much they are now, but they can be more than $50 an hour. If you guys seen a third party person, it would help. I went to a counselor twice. I went to one after I got divorced and before the new marriage. So I thought, and I brought the person with me. It just didn't work out well. And if through counseling things don't work out well, then you just gotta let it go sometimes. But counseling helps. And, Joy could talk to this counselor too. And it sounds like you guys are talking to each other. But I don't know. It's that one singer. Well, I'm sure there's cheap counselors in your area, or just, sometimes somebody that's a third party. I mean, a lot. I don't like doctors, and I've been medical. I don't understand how that correlates. Doctors are my most unfavorite people, but you guys aren't psychotic. You don't need to have drugs dispersed. I say a counselor. Sometimes they're cheap, and they got a lot of like different counseling services. And Tyler, you want to make it work, and this way it would force her to get help. And there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody. There really isn't. And they're not in charge of medication. They're not there to diagnose you. They're actually the doctors that get, they're a counselor, not really a doctor, but they still go to school for, like, I think it's 4 years. Psychiatrists go to school for 10. So we think things will play out with me and her. Honestly, I think until she gets actual real help and she's able to deal with her own feelings and think about, things she wants to do and starts, I don't think she loves herself. I just feel that she exists every day, but she lost herself. So I don't think this is even anything, it's not a you problem. I think it's a Joy problem. And probably the best thing for Joy is to go seek counseling. Because you can have a bunch of people yapping at you saying this is good and that's good. But honestly, Rube, in the end, until you realize it yourself, it doesn't help. I have depression. I have a lot of issues. I told my current husband that if anything ever happened between us, I'm making a doctor's appointment. And that's it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I feel she has depression. Whenever I do readings on you with the joy, I feel the same I feel. I feel regret and depression. That's all I feel from her energy. I think she got more problems than she thinks, and she's reflecting, honestly, all of her stuff on you. And that's not a good thing. And it is an actual clinical term. Well, and then there's deflecting and whatever. They have all kinds of terms. And to try to get all, when you study all the positions, when you move your patient, there's like 50 of those. But she's reflecting it, and instead of her dealing with the pain, she's taking her pain and putting it on you. So I do know that. I can tell you that in my professional opinion. So, but I don't, I think she doesn't really mean to play games. And in her mind, it seems normal, but it's really not. I wish it was something that could help her. You could support her. I mean, to me, I feel like sometimes when I do readings, I pick up way different energies, but I have a lot of problems myself in this area. And when me and my current husband, we were fighting and we broke up once, and he couldn't let me go and all this, he just stuck around and he tried to support me. And he just didn't go away. We broke up for 4 months and he was still coming by and taking out the trash. So I know it sounds horrible, but I feel these depression vibes from her, and then I feel it's like me. No matter how, I could wake up in the middle of Disney World and still be depressed. And depression is like an everyday thing. So I would maybe talk to her, try to support her more, and just maybe just try to agree with her more, even if you're mad. Because the more you yell, it's not going to work with depression. Well, then that's good. Just keep doing that. I mean, obviously, I can sense you're a one woman man. There's nothing but a ball of light that goes around your soul. You don't have impure thoughts, so you're not going with no one else. So I would just maybe just try to agree with her more, just try to let her come to you. Because eventually I did go to Rob. It took 4 months, but eventually we got back together. And I realized I was being an asshole and I was going through bad times. And I went to go see a counselor. And it helped me a lot. Well, I it could work. I mean, just give her time. I mean, people with depression just don't care. I don't. Like, I could get mad if somebody not talk to them for 2 weeks, and I just I got my own issues because when you have depression, you want to die every day. That's what it is, and you just don't care. But sometimes, you gotta find meaning in your life. This is why I'm over here. I have a decent job, but I like to give meaning to my life because it makes me depressed otherwise. And then Rob likes the live streaming because he says then I act normal. Maybe start an activity. Maybe go putt putting or something. So basically, all right. Well, then, if she's saying all that, you guys are still together. But my recommendation, you guys are still boyfriend and girlfriend, so don't worry about it. Just I would if I feel she has depression, and I haven't really felt this way about anybody in a reading, probably because I did it so many times. I do feel her depression. I feel her will to not want to live. And the thing is just check on her every day and just let it keep going like that. And when she gets in a moment where she gets really nasty, just don't react and say you're sorry. Even if she's being an asshole, because I do this, because I have depression, I lash out at people sometimes. This is why I have a dog. I mean, that's probably why I'm more passionate about dogs. And I mean, maybe get her a dog and make sure it's you can have the service dogs trained. You could do it yourself. Get her a service dog. This way, no matter where she's living at, you guys would train the service dog together, and and a service dog has two handlers. Well, there you go. I mean, honestly, if she has depression, she can get a service dog like I did. All you got to do is find a dog. I find a little puppy and pay $1,000 out on this app. It's $1,000, and I'm the primary owner of Chong, and my husband's the secondary handler because we paid $1,000, and he watched all these videos in a service dog, and honestly, it brought us closer. I mean, I honestly, in my honest opinion, I feel like you enjoy her like me and Rob. I really do. I feel the same kind of energy like me and Rob have. And I feel that a dog would bring you guys together. And I'm not only saying that because I do animal awareness either. I'm doing it because I think an actual service dog would help you guys. And Chong has been wonderful in my life. I literally rescued him from someone that couldn't afford him, and he wasn't eating and stuff like that. Well, it's a good thing. Dogs are like children. You would literally be the second handler of this dog. I mean, if you love her this much, you know, $1,000 isn't that much, and it really could bring you guys together. And you can, and just having somebody there that you got to take care of helps somebody with depression. That's how I qualified. And they get their own little stuff, and then you can go with her to dog training, and it's an activity and it helps the dog, and dogs help people. They really do. I don't have to take psych meds no more because I have Chong. Really cute. Oh no, it's a good thing. The second husband, not the first one. I feel like you're like me and Rob, the one I'm currently with. The one I was that was the father of my two children. I mean, I really don't refer to him as a husband. I'll say ex-husband. I respect him. He is actually a decent father, but in the end, he wasn't the best husband. and we just weren't meant to be. But I don't really think of him in ill words. I just feel like it was our time to be together, and then it was done. And I wouldn't have met Rob, so I feel like you guys are like me and Rob. Me and Rob have he's seen me through my worst, and he's seeing me through my best. Somehow, as the kids got older, I got my life together, and here I am on YouTube. So I feel that's how you enjoy might be. If you see whoever you see through their worst, you'll see through their best. So, and it seems like she's a nice person. I always feel really good vibes with her. It's just she's very depressed. And depressed people come across really angry and forthright. It's the way we are. And that's why I suggested, find out if she likes dogs. If not, get her a cat. Cats are good too. I got, I guess, I got cats. Because some people can't handle a dog. They're very expensive. I don't know your guys' budget, but I had $1,000 in the bank and I wanted a dog, and then Rob always wanted a dog, but some people seek comfort in cats. And I think they're cheaper with housing, and you can get them as companions and registered. So if you rent anywhere, they really can't take away your cat. So, but dogs, if you guys chose a dog, I suggest, the I don't know, I don't really see service animals stuff for dogs. If you have a dog, your best bet is service dog, because some of these landlords are making people give up their dogs and stuff, and it's not right. And I like the fact that Chong can go in the cafe with me. I would tape it, but it's just I'm getting out there more, and people don't like when I tape sometimes where I live. Or I would. I like taking them in the coffee shop all the time. I like big dogs. I just think they're wonderful. Well, it sounds like nothing's changed. All she's doing is saying the different words. You gotta pay attention to the way people phrase things. The way you phrase that to me presents to me that in her mind she's trying to act like it's not a commitment, but it is. She's not sleeping with no one else. And neither are you. And you're spending all this time together, so what else is it? I mean, you can call an elephant a chicken, but how many people are going to go by this elephant and say that's no damn chicken? You're crazy. That's what this all is, the argument of the elephant and the chicken. It is a relationship. If she's calling you, if there's sexual intercourse, if there's all this involvement and feelings, obviously it's a relationship. So, and people just, you could say one thing and it's a total other. I would just literally just let her be her, continue doing what you're doing, and you are in a committed relationship. Who's she going to go with? She's taking all this energy and bringing it to you all the time. I mean, oh, well, is this friend she's texting? Is he a friend? Because I have friends that I call brothers. My friend Tim, that I always put over here well, he's in my Facebook stuff, but he's really not my brother, but we call each other sister and brother. Is it that sort of thing? Because if it's that sort of thing, you can't make that go away. All right, well, I would ask her, be like, because that could be cheating if that's going on. See, I never really had enough time or cared about those kind of things. But with Tim, I let Rob know. Rob likes Tim. Tim is now his one of his best friends. It'd be if maybe if yeah. Well, maybe it's her friend. I mean, some women have more male friends than females. Rob has a lot of female friends. I mean, I don't get along with women much, Rube. That's probably why you're like one of my best friends over here. I do too. I mean, women are don't hate me, but I don't know. Sometimes they're overly sensitive, and I'm not overly sensitive, so I don't know. I don't know. I wish there was a spy. If you guys had a third party, a friend, that's what you really need is a spy. I mean, there has to be something going on. Alvin, I can see what the cards say. I have been lazy between all these damn things I've been having to do at work. Now I'm somebody's assistant, but that's better than what the job I had before. I just had to cry like a baby instead of punch somebody in the face. This is how I got my promotion. Sometimes I could be a terrible person, but I just get so tired of people. But see, me and you are cut from two different cloths, Rube. You're way nicer than me. Oh my gosh, I think I got a troller. Alright. Well, she's in a new moon in Capricorn. I do feel that. I do feel like she's socializing a lot. I don't know. I do feel she's socializing room. I don't know who this is. Hang on a second. Anyways, I do feel like she's socializing a lot, but I think it's like a girlish thing. But if you want, like, it sounds to me you want something close to marriage. So, I mean, she might not be ready for marriage, Ruth. It sounds to me like your idea of commitment and her idea of commitment might be two different things. Maybe just step back and just give her the commitment she's given you. Maybe you could do something fun and fun for yourself. Find your inner boy and do something you want. Or maybe get a dog for yourself. And it could be Cheech. And then you could send me pictures of it on Facebook and join the Chong group, and we'll have Cheech and Chong ones. You like that joke? But honestly, I think it'll be alright. I just think it's gonna play itself out. I just feel like she's just trying to find her girlish innocence again. I don't feel any betrayal. I really don't. There's flirting, but no betrayal. Flirt with me every day, so that doesn't mean nothing. The world is full of horny people, and sometimes they're awful, but I think you're going to be okay. I feel like there's still hope and joy. I really do. But I would just not even mention it and maybe for a while and see what she says. My mom used to have a saying all the time, less said the better. So I wouldn't say anything and just let her just bury herself. Like, just give her enough rope to hang herself. And it's the lazy way of getting things done. This is how what I do. I give people rope and then they eventually hang themselves. And it's worked with me for many of years. This rope theory. Because all the people that have bothered me or wronged me, all of a sudden they have this horrible karma and they get roped. And since I did nothing, actually good things will happen to me just randomly around my everywhere. And they're small and then they grow. But I feel that that would probably be the best thing for you to do because it might be. I don't feel there's anything sexual wise, but I feel there's flirting. So if she is flirting a little, she's flirting a little, and maybe if you acted like you didn't care, maybe she's doing it for attention. I feel it could be for attention, honestly. So don't give her the attention and see how she acts. So I guess that would be the best advice I can give you, because I know a lot of women that act childish. I just don't have room in my life for that kind of stuff anymore. But I don't know who would I get here. All right, who's this one? Cancer Sun. Okay, you guys are very good with your astrology. Jeez. I wish I was good like this with it. You guys probably know every sign too. Oh, I'm okay. Oh, well, thank you. I don't know. Sometimes my energy is very mixed up and chaotic. This is why sometimes I got a lot of chaos going on. I can, I can see good chaos for some reason, and I don't like to all the time. I, Rube, I would not marry her until you have all this figured out. My older son is with this horrible, horrible woman. That's called my daughter in law. And she is so controlling. If you marry her while she's being this controlling, this is going to be your death sentence. You are going to have one of those that my son has. I barely get to see him. She made damn sure I didn't go to the wedding. So, and Mother's Day, wouldn't give him gas money to come see me. And it was his money. So, until you get all these issues going, Ruby, don't do nothing. Unless you want to be pretty much like my older son's situation. He makes good money and she takes it, and now that she's working, she spends his and doesn't want to give hers. You don't want to be with a selfish person. You can't. So I don't see this going well for marriage at this point. I would tell her I don't marry people that I don't fully trust myself, and we need to ride it out. Because she could straight up manipulate you, especially without a prenup. And if you have a house, half of that's gone. And there's a lot of, I see a lot of problems with marriage right now with her. And I don't want to have to see you broke and homeless. So I would have a long talk with her about that. You need to put your foot down, because then marriage is more financial and it's romantic, and people, yeah, you might love each other, but if you can't do finances correctly, do not get married. It's not a good it's not a good scene. So that's my thing to that. That's that I feel real bad stuff happening to you. If you marry her right now in this state, oh, I don't even see you going down the path she is. I don't even see you owning a car and paying out a bunch of money. I mean, I don't know. I should be able to pick up my husband's phone and see whatever he wants, and I tell him to take my phone, and and I don't erase nothing. He could look at whatever I'm doing because I'm not doing anything. So until you get to that level, you do not marry a person, because there's horrible people out there. But yeah, Rube, you're my friend. Please don't. And you can tell her I said it. I have no problem with her coming in and talking to me, because she's got issues. With all this going on and wanting to get married, wow, I wouldn't do it because I care about you, Rube. You actually come on in here. All right. It is socialization, but if she wants to get married, I'm gonna get to your question. Don't worry about it. Just give you a bit of Rube's having a crisis over here. I didn't see these other. She's not having sex with nobody, but she's trying to take control. And if you get married with her having this kind of control over you, even if there's not sex involved, she still would be manipulating you, Rube. I mean, I live in the land of the free. So I'm not going to sit here and let people tell me what to do, even if it's a monster daughter in law. So you got to put your foot down and say, I do want to marry you, but we got to get to the point where we can look at each other's stuff and this isn't an issue. We can finance, put our money together. These are the things, if you're getting married, you need to start looking at. So if she's not willing to do any of that, then there's probably problems, because I wouldn't curse you with something like my daughter-in-law. I don't even know how I got her in there. My son's stupid. I think that's how that happened. I know she's beautiful and all, but she got no ambition. I can't take her. And she knows I don't like her. And Chong doesn't like her either. So I guess that's the one person I really don't like in the world. She's on the list of people. All right. Oh, well, thank you. I just come over and talk shit. That's all I do. And I talk shit at work. I'm a good person, but I don't. I will talk the shit. I don't care. I state what's on my mind, and that's it. And I tell the truth, even if it gets my own self in trouble. That's half of my problem in life. Because I don't believe in lying. Okay. But I don't believe in lying. I was raised in a military family. Respect and truth is what you live by. My father was a very good fighter. Let's put it that way. He got a little crazy after the war, but he was a very good fighter. That's why I respect military and service animals and a lot of things. I mean, my son was in the military, so I guess I it gives me strong genes, and I say what I want to say, and I don't. And if somebody threatens me with stupid stuff, with stupid shit, I like to call it, I just put them right in their place. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be stupid. I don't care, and I truly don't care about the stupid people, which makes you more empowered when you can do this. And I realize that. And military people pass it on sometimes to their families. But all right, okay, this is Sandra. What is your position for? Oh, the free tarot ones. I'll get you in a minute, Sandra. I just feel that it's an activity I always did with my friends. And I have a lot of things going on in my life because I feel spiritual energy rewards me in other ways. So why not give it for free? If you go see a priest or something or somebody of a faith, they don't charge. Well, I take it back. Some Catholic priests do. I feel that priests should not charge for anything. It should be more of a humble act, I guess. I was raised Catholic. So I don't mind giving things out for free. And I like to help because I feel it gives you a balance when you do something selflessly. And this is the one thing I could do is give advice and try to help people with the tarot reading. So I could give it selflessly and I already have a job, so I guess future money would be subscriptions and it's good enough for me. And I get something to do every day because I don't know the lingual like everyone else because I'm too busy studying medical stuff. That's just the bottom line. I try to study like things on people's psyche, new treatments, and just different things like that. And sometimes those moon charts and everything, they're very it almost reminds me of chemistry or astrophysics. They're so complicated. That's why I always say science and tarot and stuff like that is closely related. If you can understand a black hole, I think you can understand the object of where the energy bounces around in the spiritual realm very well. And if you can pick it up and you can identify at the same time, you can kind of see where people see different paths. And you can look for paths because it's basic quantum theory. Because Stephen Hawking was studying that. And I do believe in quantum theory. I believe, honestly, that the only reason people see, like me and you, Cancer, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, is because they're our brains, they're geared. They're all geared different, and sometimes you hear at different frequencies, and sometimes the frequencies get tweaked, And if you can understand where these numbers are coming from and you study some of Stephen Hawking's stuff, you could tap into these quantum universes that are a split second ahead of us. Because his idea of time travel was you got one moment and there's three possibilities to every moment. So three is always one because they're prime numbers in this kind of research. So that's why there's always three paths. It's a quantum, it's just literally quantum theory, and it is true. And I think it's just because my brain is just, maybe I was exposed to different chemicals. I don't know. Whatever reason or what happened in my brain was that when it was development, it tweaked me into seeing quantum paths. So I feel that's what we see, but we interpret it in different ways. I like to go straight to the source, science, and I believe science just explains a lot of stuff. A lot of religious stuff goes down to science. It goes down to planetary alignment. I mean, it's all science, and it's that's what makes this kind of stuff exciting. I mean, they had when we get these things. Yeah, you can ask, but yeah, that's why I'm so a science guru. You have to with this kind of stuff. It's just so interesting, and then they have. I do want to study though the charts. Okay, hang on. All right, please pull some cards for my. It didn't all go through. And maybe it was because there. Well, what do you want to deck on? Do you want it on? It is interesting. Science is very interesting. Science makes people like us legit. Science, quantum physics itself, with linear equations and linear theories actually explain why tarot readers could do what they do. It's very interesting science. It really is. You got to read up on Stephen Hawking. Answer. You have to. You will probably understand more than you would think if you really think about it. And then it could open your mind more. Oh, you're a science student. So you want an overview on your career? Because I can give you some of that, or just an overview of your life, because you have different kind of categories in your life. I don't want to give you the wrong category. Okay, so you want your like working life, like all that. All right, a science student. I love science too. I don't know. I wish I was archaeologist. I don't know. I love them. They're just so interesting. And the James Webb Telescope. Oh my god, I'm addicted to it. Every day I'm looking and I'm trying to find out what that damn telescope is finding. And those black holes are awesome. Love them. Love them, love them. Well, I don't love the black holes, but I love that we're getting so close to figuring out why. I just really, and I was so sad when Stephen Hawking died. I'm sure you were too, being a science student. I wish there was somebody that could step in his shoes, but it might be a minute. Yeah, you can. Go ahead and put your question in. I'm just doing my science friends overview over here. All right, right now you're in the supermoon, and that's pretty much explains why you're in school. That's when you got different paths flickering everywhere. So it just means at a part of your life that you have more opportunity. And you're going into a full moon in Scorpio with this school thing. And you're going to have a lot of stuff like it's pretty much a release card. So you're going to have a little bit of debt and just a lot of adjustments and stuff. So it's going to lead to like a couple negative things going on. But when you get through that period, you're going to go to North Node. And that's pretty much just maybe, that's just kind of doing something you wouldn't normally do. And I feel it's going to be something along your field, but maybe something a little different. But you're going to like it. And then and when you do something a little out of your field, it creates a couple more paths. So you're going to have three more opportunities after that. So that's what I get. So I foresee lots of good things for you, and I hope that you do well with these black holes because I need to know about these black holes. Okay. Oh, a doctor. The people I don't like. I hope you're a good doctor. I really, really do. Some of these doctors, I swear, they don't barely tell you anything, and sometimes they overcharge or they go so much by these insurance they forget about little people. So when you become a doctor and someone asks you for a payment plan, please give them that. Please, please, please. Because I see a lot of doctors. Okay. Thank you. The world needs good doctors. Because I seem to have a doctor for everything, a dentist and everything. Thank you. I appreciate you being in the medical field and having little crazy, stupid things going on. I seem to know half of the doctors, and some are nice and some aren't. And some take payment plans, some don't. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you because I feel like people should work more with from their heart. I feel it would be a good thing in life. Maybe, even if you have to lower prices once in a while because someone's sick and they can only afford a certain amount, maybe let them do that because you're going to make a ton of money anyways. So, and everybody's getting sick because of different things going around. And after COVID, half of the people are crippled now. A lot of people can't walk no more. It's bad. And then people can't afford it. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to met a new friend and a science person. Maybe you can help me with my black hole theories too. I can only do so much research at one time. But yeah, come back anytime. I love talking medical. I spend most of my day with medical, so I love it. That's why I love all sciences, and I that's why I like studying outer space stuff too. I like medical science, political. I mean, I don't really do political science that much. I guess I would do it objectively, talk about it, because I tend to be bipartisan a lot of times. I do what is would work out for the better of the people. I believe in that kind of stuff. So I guess you can't say I'm one way or the other. I've liked presidents. I liked Ronald Reagan, but I didn't like Bush, but I liked Bill Clinton. I like Republicans and Democrats, so that's why I don't really deal with it. I mean, I know about political science, but I'm more at race, right? Whoever is doing the better job. Labels just I feel they separate people, and I don't like when people are separated like that. I feel we're all here to help each other, and then we go to a higher power and eventually come back. That's what I feel about the world. And I believe when we die, we just hit one of these other quantum spheres they always talk about, and you go in another plane of existence and then come back. Because there's a lot of scientists with all these theories are saying this too, and that does make sense. It really does. Because when you die, you're not here, but then somehow people have reincarnation, they're remembering things from their past, and it makes a lot of sense. But I feel it's going to take medical and it's going to take spiritual both to put it together to find an answer. That really honestly is my approach in this, especially with all the new research coming out on different things. I really think it is. And all these things that are just being dropped in space all the time on our planet, and we're putting crops on it, harvesting, and then the animals are eating it, and we're eating the animals. I think it's changing our brains little by little. It's these, yeah, we can't stop them, but it would be nice to know what's dropping down. We don't fully know this yet. They're trying to find out, but it's going to be a long process. But these are the things that interest me. Most people don't feel this deep about things, but I'm very curious. All right, all right. Let me see. My friend Cancer here, Cancer Sun. I don't know if it would be good for my health or not let go. All right, let me find this question. I know it was yapping. Should I go to this family party later? My sister and other family members have a problem with me. Oh, I see. Let me do reading on this party. I have went to I have been had the universe stop me from going to certain parties where everything I did I couldn't get to. Then I realized why I was being kept from it. So let's see about this family party. Alright. The path that this is starting, this circle, is full moon in Capricorn. I feel that there's people that are talking about you and they want to kind of, I guess they want to talk about something. I feel it's about something judgmental of some sort, but they mean well. That's where this circle's starting. And then it's going to full moon. After you talk with guys, your family and stuff at this party, I feel that you'll come to an understanding and everything will be okay. And then the circle from this party is ending in a new moon in Sagittarius, which is a luck card. I feel the party is going to start out where you're going to hear something you don't like, but it's not going to be something you did. And I feel like it's going to be a misunderstanding. And once the misunderstanding is, like, I guess, absolved, I feel that it'll work out better for you. So if you do go to this party, just kind of keep an ear out for something that somebody either exaggerated or some crazy thing that people are saying. and stomp it. Stomp it like a grape. Make wine out of it. Stomp a bunch of grapes, make wine, and stand up for yourself. And I feel if you show you have more self confidence and you're not letting these people get to you, you'll be better off. My sister makes up lies to make herself better. I'm feeling that you're gonna have a lot of situations where people are gonna be asking you a lot of details. I would prepare for this, and it's family, so you can't exactly say no. You can't sit there and not talk to your family. You have a sister, but I would honestly just go in there with your game face, just like football. How do you want to know how your sister sees you? Is that the question? Because that's what I perceived it as. But I'll wait for your question. I'll take my vape here. I'm actually having a really good stream today. I'm getting a lot of good socialization. Okay. Alright, I'll do see what path your sister's on. I guess that would be the better thing. Alright, your sister's path she is currently in. She's in North Node, which means doing something different that you ordinarily would not do. And I just feel a lot of like where her feelings are all over the place and there's a lot of deceit and she kind of doesn't want to apologize type thing. That's where she's at. Where they want her to go is a new moon of Aries, which means when she does that, everyone will be angry and it'll be done with. So she's trying to hide from the truth I'm picking up. So, and I don't know if she'll make it to the cardinal moon by herself. I think it's going to take an argument to get her over to that. That's the thing with these circles. When they start, it's the same circle but it goes around and round. If she never apologizes, she's going in this circle over and over again, is the thing. She's always going to feel uncomfortable and living in lies. She's just never going to be happy. To be in North Node is fine for a little bit. To stay in North Node for as long as she's been there is not good. It's not a happy thing. North Node is kind of like it's like the eye of the storm in the middle of chaos. That's what North Node is. The energy in that path is very chaotic, and to be in that path is like to be in, I guess, I would say, a hurricane. It would be like always living around that, and who the hell would want that? The head of a dragon. Well, what was this hang on? The head of a dragon. What does that mean? I mean, I know what a head of a dragon is, but I know it has an inner meaning. I could do your path, your personal path. I mean, we all have personal paths we're on and some are stuck on. But I could do your personal path. That's just the path of this party where the energy's surging. But you have your own personal path that you're on. But I could do yours. Her path is not good, and her circle that she's never getting out of this circle until she apologizes, and this can go on for 100 years. To be a North Node is okay temporarily, but not all the time. This is where people drive themselves crazy. You, your personal path is a new moon in Leo, which is very good. You got that means success and confidence. Because lions are always supposed to be the noble and stuff. So I mean, you seem to be in a good path, and they want you to go to new moon in Cancer, and that's not a bad path. They just want you to make sure all your loved ones are safe for some reason. So you're still in the Leo path, but you're just doing a couple pit stops. I like to call it you're going. You like the term? Well, I call these paths as just this is your main path, New Moon and Leo. But you take a couple pit stops and go back home. This is what these paths are. Eventually, they want you to go over and secure your loved ones for some reason. And maybe going to this party will help secure your loved ones and put your sister in check. I don't know. And then they want you to, in one of your pit stops, to go to full moon in Scorpio and get rid of your anger, pretty much. So it's saying to get rid of your anger and keep you and your loved ones safe. Or maybe it's pretty much saying they want you to alert your loved ones of something. Maybe that she's lying. I don't know. It could be. But you're in the new moon in Leo. She's in South Node, and that's a bad path. Yeah, there's a lot of anger to get a new moon in Scorpio. Scorpions are always angry. So there has to be a whole lot of anger to get something like that. So I don't know. My sister went to this club not too long ago, and you go in there and pay money to break things. I don't know. She told me it was fun. She spent like $40, and she literally just she beat this TV. So I don't know. Maybe you could break something. It helped her, and she's actually a Scorpio, so and she gets angry. I mean, and as long as you do it and where no one's gonna get hurt and you clean it up, why not? I mean, it helped my friend. I helped my sister, so she broke a couple things. They gave her a baseball bat, and she just you pay for it, and I think it's things they don't want or whatever, and then you just break it, or you could do it in your garage, from what I hear. And people like doing it. My husband used to do it with like tables we were gonna throw away. He'd get pissed off at somebody going, he'd break the table himself. So I hear it's healthy, and you might want to break something in your garage after this party and after talking to your sister, honestly. So I guess that's my prediction of that. But at least you're in the Leo path. To be in the path of the Leo is to be in the path of righteous loyalty and success. That's why it's the nobility sign. So I don't know. I would prepare. I mean, maybe if you have to, make sure you get a drink before you go in. Or if you have your medical marijuana card, or if you're in California or whatever where it's recreational, get some of that too. If you're able to smoke weed and get drunk and have a plan B that to leave early. Maybe make sure you drive where you can get out and no one has to let you out. You will prepare. Well, I would if I was driving out there. I'd say go ahead and park there because if I got to dip out and go grab something from the store, I might not come back. That's what I would do. My boyfriend. Oh, well, there you go. Whatever you need to do, get a plan B to get out of there, not to make yourself. Oh, and the one of the things I got from the path is they're gonna question you on why you gotta leave. So have a good excuse before you get in there, because they're gonna question you. They're gonna want you to stay long. So just pretend you're calling off work. Just try to get a good story and make sure if your boyfriend and you go in, you got the same story. We'll be here an hour or so, then we're going to leave and say this. Have someone call you. Make it not look good. Be sneaky. Because I feel if you're not sneaky, you're going to get drama. Well, there you go. And then you could say you got a call and you had to go somewhere, or you could just say I wanted to get something else to drink in the house. I do stuff like this all the time at work. Sometimes finding stuff to do and making up things is better than telling the truth. I mean, once you drop a bomb like that, you got to get out. But I feel you'll have respect afterwards. I mean, they might think you're grungy, but grungy people are okay. I'm grungy. If no one else talks to you, it's only your true friends that do. I only got like maybe five good friends, and I'm okay with all that because the more you have, that means the less fake friends you have. I've learned this in my years too. So, this is how I get a lot around in the world. But I got to get one of these cute names like you have. Cancer Sun Aquarius Moon. Did you make that up or to come out here, or is that your channel? I really like that. I would like to put like have Chong the dog delivering the grunge, and then just have a picture of me and Chong on there in the thumbnail. And then I can go in everyone else's live stream. I think that would be fun. I like how you guys have the cool stuff for your second channel. Oh, you got a main channel. Wow, look at that. I don't know. I just have channels all over the place. I don't know. Everybody tells me this takes time. A lot of people do, but they think I'm crazy at first. But because I correlate science and religion all the time. But I died. They had to bring me back. I literally died in the whole paddle bars or whatever. If I wasn't fully dead, it was close enough. And I feel that going through that and seeing you come back with a different perspective, and I feel I seen a lot of science stuff when that happened, and I feel that I seen even a glimmer of maybe what I was supposed to see, but I seen things and I seen science. And I knew a lot about science. I always liked science, but ever since that day, I seen numbers. I can't put them together, but I just know that everything's correlated with these numbers. And I felt different coming back. It was weird. But that's why I have a different way of doing things because the universe showed me a different way of looking at it, I guess. It's weird. Well, your family, they think you're over dramatic. I did pick that up from the reading. They always think you're the over dramatic one. That's why when you go storming out, saying you got to go to the store and stuff, they're not going to think anything because they all think you're over dramatic. But people think I'm over dramatic. If I want to get out of a situation, I'm getting the hell up out of it. This is why, this is what I'm good at. This is why I really couldn't be one of those YouTubers that's overly nice and stuff. I'd be dipping out of a lot of stuff. That is, that is what? That is Malkit. Oh, Malkit. I don't know what that word is. How do you see my sister? I I honestly, when I see her, yeah. Oh, oh, that's bullshit. Okay. I don't know a lot of words. I've engulfed in books most of the time. When I see your sister, I just see a ball of crazy energy, but for some reason I see long hair, but it's kind of lighter, kind of like a weird. I don't know, with the energy flicking around her, it just seems like a different kind of dye job. That's all. And I just she has a lot of bad energy around her. But my family, how they see her too. Well, I could do one on your family's perspective, because then that would be a whole new different path. Because that's the thing of physics and all that. From one path leads to unlimited paths, so we could see the path that she has with your family. All right, the pathway she has correlated with your family that she's on. She's in a new moon Aquarius, and it is a love card, but it's to bring love, and she hasn't brought love, so she's kind of stuck there, and that's her main card. And they want her to go and make one of her pit stops in a new moon of Virgo, which means you got to give something freely of yourself and not ask for anything in return. And that's one of her tests that the universe kinds of gives us all the time. We get these different tests. I like to call them tests. She's not responding to this test, but she's going to have to. So, and she has another test. She did get a gibbous moon, where they want her to go also, and it's something about school and job related, and she's kind of stuck in the middle. But she's supposed to start with bringing love and bonding with family, and she's not doing any of that. So this is how her family kind of perceives her, I guess. I know it sounds complicated, but this is how they perceive her. They pretty much, your family was, they want her to give and not always take from them and be a real person, and she's not doing it. And she's also not doing school related things, and they want her to be a normal person and be successful, which is normal. Oh, I didn't know it was a quiz, but I'm glad I won. I sure did at work. Oh no, I'd rather hang out with my other nurse. But yeah, that's what I'm getting there. But like I said, I'm here to have fun. To me, it's fun. If I actually get a lots of money, but thank you, I appreciate it. I mean, I can only be as accurate as I could be how I see it, and I see things in a very scientific way, in a very medical way. So I guess it kind of makes the readings even a little different because most of my day is consumed with medical and science. And I guess things like cards and all that just kind of take a second step, and then I think about it and I correlate the two all the time. So that's how it all comes together in a crazy world of Chong. But I'm hoping that some of this chaotic energy, why I've been stuck in this apartment and everybody has been removed from me, has not returned, comes. I mean, I think I'm close to getting them all back, but I don't know. It's just ever since I've been fighting with my second son been fighting with me. All of a sudden, we get a bougie apartment and we're by ourselves, and my other son gets a good job, and it looks like my second son is gonna apologize, but we will see. These answers are cutting the split ends to getting my power more and more. Is this good or bad? Oh, okay. Well, thanks for helping bring sense. That is the thing with tricksters. Yes, this is true. Yeah, it's been my story before. I have led every path. You can ask Victoria. I've been I've wore many hats. I've learned many things. I think I was meant to hit a lot of paths in my life for full enlightenment. Honestly, I think I was meant to go through certain hardships for me to see what I see and maybe be objective about it. So I don't get upset about my scars and hardships. I think they made me who I am today. Sometimes just bad times create the person you're supposed to be when it counts. I know it sounds cliche, but that's just how I feel. I don't regret all the tragedy that's happened to me. I've seen a lot of death. Oh, you're welcome. But it's made me the person I am today, and I'm happy for what I am. So it's a gift in that sense. But yeah, come visit me again. I'm always here. I'm not do. I'm gonna try to get. I didn't know you could have two channels. Maybe I'll make another one. Who knows? But I can finally manage this one. But you can ask Victoria. I'm looking out for your question. You've been on here before. I think I recognize your thumbnail there. Are you still there, Victoria? Or did you go away? I'm trying to go in order these days. I really, really am. Sometimes when I have a bad luck with the order, I really do. And getting sometimes it takes an awful lot of energy to do stuff like this. I gotta be like, I gotta empty my brain sometimes. Alright, Victoria. Since it's been almost an hour and a half and I need to eat, I'm gonna go get out my good afternoon post over here, and I got me some 2 days off, and I'll probably come and have enough energy to do another readings. Might as well. Might as well have fun today. It is Saturday, so you guys have been awesome, and thank you for a good live stream, and I'll be back.